Bitcoin is currently exploding sideways. As hours after Elon Crust tweeted after soiling his diaper, Bitcoin has thus far managed to stabilize within the triangle of doom. But with a fresh bearish cross, is Bitcoin destined to face a new enemy? And just moments ago, the 6-hour cross we've been anticipating has just occurred. But will it be enough to save Bitcoin from certain doom? I'm your host and long-lost son of Elon Crust, Crispy Crust. And if you're wondering why my dad is acting weird lately, it's because he put that neurochip in his brain and it fried every single circuit. Absolutely insane. So I wanted to get all of the Elon Crust jokes out at the beginning because we have a lot to be delving into. And even with this absolute Twitter storm, Bitcoin hangs on by a thread. So now, this is the decision. The make or cake moment for Bitcoin. Will TA matter at all? Or in fact, will we receive even more tweets that will just bring the price crashing down to planet Girth? So you guys are going to the channel, make sure to like, this is absolutely time-sensitive alerts. And without any further goo gaga, let's dump on in. Big juice. So the Bitcoin community was given a little itsy bitsy gift within the last 24 hours in the form of another tweet storm by Dr. Crust. But guys, the technicals are still okay. The technicals are still there. And we're going to be dumping into this as well. But most importantly, with this, okay, this was obviously something that brought the price of Bitcoin down. However, even on this single hourly chart and even on this pattern that, let's be honest, I think everybody in this space is looking at this pattern right now because it is like the one universal pattern that is just so clear and it's there and everybody's waiting for this move. We've already had like a little confirmation of it just moving a certain way. And now we've gotten kind of a second confirmation with it holding yet again at the bottom of this triangle here where we have so many touches back here on May 19th, then on May 24th, then on May 30th, May 31st, and now just today, yet another bounce there at the bottom. And the question is Bitcoin going to hold here? But if it does not, I think we all know what's going to happen, okay? I wish I could travel in time just 1 week, because in just 1 week, we will know how this played out. We will know exactly what trajectory Bitcoin will most likely be on for the foreseeable future, for at least the next 1 to 2 months, perhaps even longer. So again, just a very, very big moment for Bitcoin. We had right about here, I believe, is when we got the little tweet here. And yeah, I mean, Bitcoin was doing okay. It was actually doing pretty good. And yeah, we see what happened back from like 39 all the way down to like 35. So about a $4,000 dump. But again, the key thing here is that so far Bitcoin has held. But guys, well, let's be realistic here. We are in a weaker position now because of that. We're a little worse off now because of what happened as we were trying to break out of this triangle. Same exact reason that we dropped here from, you know, the mid 45,000s, the mid 40,000s, all the way down to underneath 30,000 and right about at 30,000. So we do have a renewed bearish cross here. But yeah, I mean, so far, Bitcoin has been pretty impressively holding above 37,000, even though we spent a few hours below 37,000. So far, I mean, this is the big level right now. We're just testing the 21 moving average on the 1 hour chart. It's only been 2 hours, but this is make or break. And again, that's also kind of the top of this triangle to get back above it. Possibilities are endless right now, and this is a tension-filled moment. Bitcoiners and no-coiners are waiting in anticipation of the trajectory of Bitcoin. Will this be a cycle-defining move? Absolutely very big. So guys, if we take a look here on this daily chart as well, I mean, again, I think one of the big defining characteristics of a bull trend is being above the 21 daily moving average, which is very important, obviously. And I mean, the 21 daily, you can see, jumped off a cliff pretty much in the middle of May, and it's been looking horrible since then. But again, this was our very first time trying to test the 21 day since we kind of fell below it back on May 12th. So almost an entire month ago, this is our very first test of the 21 DMA, and we failed it so far. Not necessarily just the technicals there. I mean, there's a lot going into that right now, but the 21 DMA is very important. And right now, Bitcoin would need to get it back above, just be careful, 39,000. To be concretely above it. So $2,000 above where we currently are. So that's a pretty big test for Bitcoin. It's not been able to do that. Things are looking exceptionally devious. So again, we've had this bearish cross. So far, not much has come out of it. When we initially got this bearish cross, Bitcoin has risen a few $1,000s since then, even with this drop factoring in here. But again, guys, this is a big moment because are Elon's tweets getting less and less significant? I think so. Will they continue to do so in the future? I also think that as well. And I think a lot of people agree with that, first of all, Bitcoin doesn't need Elon. Bitcoin was already in a bull market before he ever bought in back at the beginning of 2021. Granted, his announcement of Tesla buying Bitcoin did massively pump the price, and I think it made people very bullish. I think it had a lot of positive impacts in terms of other big players, other billion-dollar institutions, and other companies thinking that it's okay and maybe even smart to be getting in Bitcoin. So there was a lot of positivity that happened the first couple of months of 2021 specifically because of that. But guys, a lot of people are leaving the comments and saying this, like, if Bitcoin can really be influenced so much by a single person's tweets, then first of all, maybe it's not as good as people think it is. And again, in some sense, I have to agree. Like, hypothetically, 5 years from now, if Elon has any influence on the price of Bitcoin, I think it would be fair to say Bitcoin had failed at that point. Which again, I don't think his influence will extend, even maybe a couple more months. I think his influence is diminishing, as it should. But you also have to think this is some sort of strategy, some sort of calculated plan for Bitcoin and crypto adoption, long term of which I think is going to be very bullish for Bitcoin. But yeah, right now it's still very, it's weird living through it. It's not really fun living through it necessarily. I don't think a lot of people like it at all, except for the people that hold Dogecoin. So it's kind of like just a selfish thing. The people that are just buying Dogecoin to get a nice pump in price, and they absolutely do not care about the crypto space, the health of it, the success of it. That's one of the things I think that makes a lot of people a little annoyed, is that like most people that are buying Dogecoin literally only care about trying to ride the tails of Elon. I personally think he'll probably abandon Dogecoin at some point as well. But I guess the point is, with mainstream adoption and the growth that crypto has to go through to be successful, we were going to come into these roadblocks anyway. And we're just living through kind of the first, maybe one of the first big villains of cryptocurrency, maybe the last single individual person, as obviously Elon's one of the most influential people on the planet, over 50 million followers, and he's literally one of the, the top 2 richest people in the world. Him and Bezos go back and forth, although I think Tesla's stock has been doing absolutely bad lately because of, even Elon's influence himself. He's basically also tanking his own company. Again, I'm not sure anyone on the planet really understands what exactly is going on behind the scenes in terms of that. But realistically, we just have to get used to it, and we have to accept that there are going to be people that manipulate the price, I guess, unless they enforce some kind of strict regulation, which it doesn't seem like anyone is interested in regulation in terms of the actual regulators. It doesn't seem like they're very antsy. It doesn't seem like they're very determined to try to get regulation pushed through. It seems like nobody cares. But with that being said, Bitcoin is not in a horrible position right now. It bounced to where it needed to. And again, we're going to see a big move one way or the other. So again, guys, I'll end it with this. Basically, before big moves, there's usually a quiet or a period of time where people look back in retrospect and think, wow, how didn't I know there was about to be a big move? Well, I think all of us can agree that we are right on the precipice of another move, not only with this technical pattern, but all of the price levels line up for Bitcoin. We're about to head into the weekend price action. Bitcoin Miami 2021, the biggest crypto event pretty much, is happening right now as well. So this, again, is the quiet before the storm, and we are going to see a big move very, very soon. Yesterday, we saw that initial beginning to the big move, and we saw it get absolutely brought back down to earth because of a single person tweeting. So basically, strap in and strap on, because this weekend is probably going to be pretty nutty. Make sure you like, subscribe, these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. As well as make sure you get your hardware wallets. Make sure to check out all the bonuses in the description below. And without any further goo gaga, that's it for me. Bye-bye.